This is Hasan Kattan. Welcome and thank you for coming. I was in Sheffield Docfest.
Yes.
Having a coffee, and I sat down next to this guy that I had no idea who he was, and started chatting and found out a little bit of his story. He said, I'm looking for an Arab-speaking editor.
Yes.
And I happen to be like an honorary mascot for a group of female editors called Stitch and Bitch. The only man who's allowed to their parties, which is, maybe we'll get you there, Steve, one day, if you cross that threshold. And so Stitch and Bitch are a collective of female editors, and I introduced you to a Lebanese editor.
Yes.
And then we got talking, and so one of the reasons I'm telling you that is because you shouldn't underestimate how important just going to these kinds of festivals and events is in terms of networks, contacts, work. And so Hasan told me a little bit about the project that he's currently working on, where he got a grant of €100,000, an organisation that Kate Blanchett is involved with. And so we'll talk a little bit about that. But Hasan was one of the filmmakers involved with White Helmets, which won an Oscar for Best Short Documentary.
Yes.
In 2016. I've worked quite a bit in the Middle East, and I was really fascinated by his story. So we're going to show some stuff that he's worked on, but I wanted to just give everyone. Does someone mind shutting that door? I just wanted. I'll wait for the door to bang first. Okay. I just thought it was really important to give people a bit of a context for Hasan, you know, what it was like growing up in Aleppo, how his journey into activism during the uprisings in 2011 into 2012. And,
yes.
And you know, there was some material that we're going to be showing. It's pretty difficult to watch, and Hasan very generously is happy to talk about all of this, but much of the material is deeply traumatic. And so that's one of the things that we need to touch on and talk about with you as students. But just to get started, so tell us a little bit about your early life, where you grew up, and your family structure and stuff like that.
Hello, it's a pleasure to be here. Yeah, and then pleasure to meet you again. Yeah, in person here. My name is Hasan. I'm from Syria, from a city called Aleppo. It's in North Syria. I was my life is normal, same as any normal life, let's say. Just as a young man in the university, I was studying the law in that time in 2011, like in 2010 maybe started. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that time let's say our life in Syria, it's a little bit difficult because we grow up under dictatorship, Assad regime, control, or the regime was controlling our life for 5 decades around this. Started like the father, and after that the president, the father, and after that the son. But we were a republic, we are not, let's say, kingdom, but because there is a lot of how I can say, politically, let's say there is no future in any level for anyone in that time. Let's say I will talk here personally. Let's say when I started to study the law, I was believing in changing anything, even small things around me. Let's say anything in even our university, even our, let's say, our street, our neighborhood. But because living under dictatorship, it's something, I don't know how I can share it or describe it, because it's you controlled. You can't do anything. Even small ideas, small changes, it need a lot of approvals from a lot of like levels. And even with the, let's say, what I started to say, let's do a parliament. I don't know, in what parliament? In our university. Assembly, yeah. Just to show the real parliament outside how it would go perfectly. Like, because we were studying, we were imagining, our imagination, how we can make our country better. As same as normal people, I can say. Yes, this is, yeah. And as in the university, you have a lot of power. You try to do anything. You try to change like a lot of things. But the reality was difficult, like at that time, even with these small things, this is small.
Well, you were telling me that you took a petition to the head of the university.
Yes.
And the head of the university said, you need to shut up and you don't share this with anyone.
Yes. Because
and so tell them.
Yeah, you will disappear. Like this is literally like you will disappear because like those actions, those activities in like those normal things like gathering together, like it's something I grow up and I can't do that. Like we can't do like gathering, like let's say for non-formal activities approved by the authorities, something like that.
So even what about family gatherings? If you got together
like
with cousins,
with this is okay, but under like let's say there is a limitation things like okay, it's a limitation of there is no politic, there is no one can share ideas, no one can share
even within the family,
like even with the family, even with the same family. Like let's say when we talk about politic, let's say with the news, my father is don't talk about this, you will disappear. Like it's always like this.
So you grew up where you knew that people around you had been disappeared by the government as a child?
Definitely, yeah. I didn't see like this, but there is not like how I can say. There is always, when we mention some people, this is took it by police, this is disappeared, this is for 10 years, this is for 5 years, this is like relevant people around us.
So when did you become aware of that? Like when you were 4 or 5? Like
I believe, like I think, like from when we, like let's say, those topic, people around, like let's say my family tried, like all the families try to keep those things secret. No one can share with you something. Just as a child, I was hearing like.
So it's dangerous to the rest of the family.
Yes,
if the father's kidnapped.
Like
then the rest of the family is
definitely
vulnerable.
Because the regime, even like when you are not the only one who will get banished, like the whole family. Like this is the dictatorship. Like this is I don't know in English how I can describe, but a lot of words I can't share. Like any small actions that your life like disappeared. Like when I'm disappeared, literally disappeared. Like because the prisons.
Yeah. So you've got this. I mean, there's a book called Life and Fate, which is by Vasily Grossman, that talks about living in Stalinist Russia, and I really recommend reading it because it describes the way that a totalitarian regime, it influences everything. So that even if you're sitting with your wife and your child, you won't discuss what you did.
Yeah, I can
because your child might go and tell their teacher, and then you'll disappear.
That's happened. Like it's nothing unreal. Like this is happening because even like why they are scared about the kids, because kids share a lot of things. Like definitely, it's not. I like this is happened. This is reality. I came from this community. Like we were, let's say, saying, if you will walk beneath, let's say, behind or nearby the wall, and to just avoid the trouble. Where is the troublemakers? Just avoid
keep your head down.
Keep your head down.
Keep your nose clean.
Yeah, but to be honest, all those for us maybe because we were the new generation in like because my father, he saw tanks on the streets and saw killing on the streets in the 80s in Syria, and he's like afraid, full of afraid if we mention even small topics. But for me, like I was a young, I'm not afraid. This is how I can. I didn't see it literally.
So when you handed the petition into when you handed the petition into the university, how did your family? What did your father do? Your father and your mother.
My father.
How did he react to that?
Like when the revolution, or
no, when you handed the petition.
Like I didn't share that with my family. No one knows, like with my family, what's happened with me. Even the conversation with the doctor or something, like, because even when I involved with the revolution, I was not telling anyone. Like, this is the life. Like, you try to, not because I'm afraid of my family. My family, like, I had a lot of love from my family, but just because you love them, you try to, like, if anything bad things happen, you are in trouble, not them.
You isolate yourself.
Trying to isolate them from everything. Even like before the revolution, or in the beginning of Arab Spring, we were watching the news just that.
So you're like 18, 19?
Yeah, I was
born
18.
92, right?
92, yeah.
So 2011, you're like 19. So 2010, before, you're like just starting university, 18 years old.
Yes, it was in the second.
And you're like a bit of a
like
activist?
From the beginning, like I was watching, like the only window that we have, it's the news, and we were just watching the news. And let's say, I don't know how I spent time just watching in Tunisia when it started, let's say in the earlier,
like in March,
April. And we were watching, and okay, like what's going on? Like, you see people in the street, this is, oh my God, like I don't know how I can describe the adrenaline that I get it in that time. Like I don't know why I'm angry. Like I know, but I don't know why I'm like, not just me, like all the friends, all the university, all the friends, all of them, like we were talking like secretly, just a group, like friends trust each other, they share with each other. This is how started, like just talking. Like talking, even when you talk with someone, you try to test it before you open with him, because this conversation will kill you, like definitely will kill you, like about talking how the revolution could be in our country. Because in the beginning we were saying like, when it will be your turn, our dictator, like this is the like the beginning. Because
so what was the difference, do you think, between you and your father? Was it because your father had seen the massacres in the 80s when
there is a lot of things. One thing, the social media, I believe the social media allow us, like even in Syria, the first Facebook account, let's say in my generation, we were the beginning of people using social media at that time. Before revolution, 1.5 years, something like this, before like this, the social media, like
and the government hadn't quite got round controlling
because they
yet.
tried before revolution. Okay, we are open now, after open now, and we will let the young people to stop, something, they try to in that time. And I believe the social media and communication, like the communication meaning like social. I was using Skype in that time, and SH, there's apps like just, and those apps, they were just for meeting, let's say love, something like for in the beginning. And the social media in our country, just for people share some, I don't know, some, like it's not for how I can say politic or talk about topics. No, just it's girls and boys meet together, blah blah blah, like dating, something like this in the beginning of this. But in the 2011, when we were watching what's going on in other country, okay, they have the power.
Watching Tahrir Square in Egypt,
like right? Oh my God! Like in the same day, like when what his name, the president of Egypt, not Morsi, before Morsi, Mubarak, Mubarak, when he, let's say, take out, like, or he decide, like, go out, like my friend called me like on the phone, and he was screaming and like Mubarak, get out, oh, and I wish our president, and just I hang on like how like how you dare, like, because even the like calling, like the, let's say, the network, it's under the control of regime, like the we have two company.
So
they are.
So one of the things that I think
Sorry.
maybe people don't understand is just how integral the surveillance and the spying is in that kind of totalitarian regime. Like, you talk to someone in the bar, they could be secret agent, secret police. If you talk in public, if there's microphones, if you talk, like, so you're living. Tell us a little bit about that.
like let's say, imagine you are in the like you are going outside and you take a taxi. We don't have apps in that time. Like just taxi, random taxi. This taxi's driver, a lot of them served with the police just because they open with you conversation. Just they ask you, what do you think about the situation now? And when it's a weak moment, when you start to share something, like like how I can say, it is not. It's not a fiction, like it's reality, we even like I like me, our friends, even because when we were protested, we try to avoid get taxis after protest, because if we get taxi in that time, like they will take us and they will take you to the police officers, like it's
if
really
they know that you've been on the
definitely, like even like let's say there is people selling something in the street,
like
truck,
water or
something
traders.
like this. Some of them, like they are part of the regime, like something, like some of them, like how I can say, I will not talk about my uncle, like my uncle, one of those, he showed me the because he was in the Al-Ba'ath party, and he was like, they give him a mission to go to the one mosque to wait after like the prayers on Friday to catch those people that, like he showed me that, and like
so he had an email from the
not
police?
email, like it's not email, it's a mission, it's paper mission, like I saw it and I film it and I share it with the friends.
Secret police officer.
No, he's just civilian, like he's just, he knew, like he's random, let's say he worked with the government in
order
civilian,
to work in the
civilian, like
you have to in order to work in the government, you have to be a member of the ruling party.
Yes, this is the So every one of us, like from you are in the school, you shouldn't join. Like me, I was crazy in that time. Like they tried to convince me to join, and I know, like my family, my father tried to join the Al-Ba'ath party. If you don't join, you will not get any jobs when you graduated, because this is the rule. But for me, like I hate them. I like, not personal. How I can say, it's because their words from the 18s. Like we were young, and like when you open the books, just Al-Assad, like our president, did that. Al-Assad did that. Al-Assad did. Well, and we were not joking. Yeah. It's they teach us even in university. Like even in university, you study this shit. Like why why all of that, and maybe
so
why
you
the
went
difference?
to study law.
Yes.
But then you're studying the law for
but there is like, let's say for me, I was insane with the law. Like I was going to read books from the 15s, from the like before us. Yeah, and even I went, like let's say there is an exam next day, and I go to let's say a professor, let's say like he make before graduate, something 4 hours, just sitting and hearing those words. I didn't know what he talked about, but just insane with the try to, okay, my mission in that time, like if we change the law, if we fix the law, maybe that will fix the community.
For you, law was like a tool of activism.
Yes, but I didn't involve in anything. In that time, because I was studying.
So did your mum work or?
No, like my mom is, let's say she studied before university. My father was a worker in factory,
Yeah.
factory. Like this is the old, let's say, or this is the, like, because I came from a family is what we called it in English, middle
class.
Normal.
Normal.
Yeah, normal, like something like this. My father worked, my mother in the house, and I have 3 brothers and I have 2 sisters. One of them was in university, my sister, like, and the other is, yeah, we were really normal family in that time. Yeah.
So take us through now. So 2011, you're on Facebook, you're a little bit of a hothead, right? Because your dad is saying, your dad is presumably saying, you mustn't get involved. You're not telling your dad. It's a secret because you don't.
Even if he heard me talking about something, even how I can say, with some like on phone or something like that, even nothing political, just like general talk about the like what's going on, like what's going on. Do you hear something? Like, yeah, he was upset, like, and oh no, we don't need.
But presumably he was just really scared for you.
Really scared for me, and really scared because he witnessed something I didn't see it, and he.
So just for context, for the students may not know, in the 80s, there was a attempted revolution against Assad's father.
Yes,
not Bashir.
Assad's father. Yes,
not
Bashar.
Bashir was the father.
Yeah.
And it led to an absolutely horrific
massacre. Massacre
of civilians.
Yeah, like Aleppo, my city, they invaded by tanks. I don't know how much numbers of killing
because they didn't say.
Yeah, even my mom told me, like, when we were going to school, we see tanks in the front of the school, and a lot of families didn't send their, let's say, daughters to school because they were scared of the safety, because tanks and soldiers in the street and checkpoints everywhere, and you can't go back, let's say, normally. Let's say my father, he told me, because their uncle, my father uncle, a lot of them killed and still detainees. One of them, I saw him, this is now I remembering, I saw him, we were in celebration or something, and I heard at that time, this guy, he spent 20 years in the prison, and let's say something, and let's say they said, like, because he was so clever with math, something like this, and after that when they released him, because the bad conditions, but yeah, like really bad condition, and some people see him like he's insane and not conscious. Yeah, something like this. Yeah.
So this was your great uncle, your father.
Yes.
Uncle.
Yeah.
Spent 20 years in
20
prison.
years in the prison.
Like torture, solitary confinement. So that's pretty close to you, right? That's like direct. And
to be honest,
every family in Syria was like that?
Like, here the point, like after revolution, when we met together, when, like, how I can say, there is 2 ways to meet people in Syria. One is university, the second one is the army. In the army, people meet, and because in Syria at that time everyone, he should go to the army, serve for 2 years, something like this.
National service.
Yes, yeah, national service. I don't know, yeah, at that time, yeah. And on those 2 ways, yeah. And let's say after revolution, we understand we are suffering the same pain, but we didn't know, because you are living in community, but separate. Like, I'm in Aleppo, like I never ever, for 80 years, I just went to Damascus once in my capital.
So that part of what the regime did was keep you isolated from community.
How I can say, we say that because we believe like it's designed in how the life designed in our like, because you were like how people meet here, how when you go to activity to see people from
football
other
club,
something like this, but in Syria, that's it's a luxury, a lot of luxury to be.
And also, if you go to your football club or your dance club, somebody is there from the government, right? Somebody will be a spy.
They used everything, even the national army, national team, let's say football team, like is a representative for the Assad regime. Like this is why we say they used, like when the dictatorship, they used the religion, they used the sports activities. Even you go to activity and you hear about what Assad father did in the 80s something. Like if you will go to play, you will see a story about some of, like, this is the dictatorship.
Were they saying things like Assad was a really brilliant footballer and
like
stuff?
not the best sporter, like
best
the best.
footballer,
if you will be healthy, go follow the Assad father to be healthy.
I mean, it's kind of, I mean, it's almost like a kind of making them into a god in a way, like their powers.
Even like, okay, when I go to school I was in the when I enter school, you enter the school, you see 3 pictures in the front of the wall. Assad father, Bashar Assad. In that time, because when I started, there is Basil Assad, like a son. There is 2 or 3.
And there's his brother as well, because his brother was a big. He was in the secret police, right?
Yes, he leads something like this. Like you see the family Assad, we said, like, and their picture is really freaking you out, and even like in my nightmares, I was see Assad father, and I don't know why.
Now?
Like not now, like when I was in the childhood, like I was like, and
so he was like a monster for kids.
Like,
did your mum ever say, if you don't behave yourself, then Assad will...
No, she can't, to be honest, because
that's too close to the reality.
Even when he did, like, let's imagine, like when he did, I was so angry because they cut off our just cartoon program in that time. Like they stopped it. Like we were watching, we have one channel and we have 2 hours of kids TV. And that was kids he died in the 2000. 2000.
So you're like 8 years old.
Around this. And I was watching the cartoon and they stopped this. And all of us, we should be sad. And all of us, we shouldn't reflect.
This is when he died.
Yes, when he died. And everyone should cry, and then everyone, how we will survive, like how we will survive.
But then if you're at school, right, you're 8 years old, and your teacher's telling you like, Assad's just died, then you have to pretend to be sad.
Like how I can say, like a lot of things related with those days, because even like 3 or I don't know, for 1 week everything stopped in our life. Like you just should stay, let's say, and be grave.
Yes, like mourning.
Like something
grief,
like this. Grief, for them, and even people try, like still, like, because it's still something in, how I can say, as a kid, you see something and you're asking questions and try to match as much as you can. But even in the same time, I was afraid, like how I can say, we were afraid of asking those questions, like a lot of questions in your mind, but you can't ask them, because if you start to ask, you see how everyone around you try to, just shut up.
I mean, I want to move on to how you started to get involved with White Helmets. But I think it might be useful to see if there's any questions that the audience has about Hasan growing up, or anything that they're curious about. We have a microphone if you want to ask a question. Is there anyone who wants to ask Hasan a bit more about growing up or anything like that? Yeah? Can we get, do you mind turning around and getting a shot? You don't mind, Max, if we film it, do you?
Oh yeah, no, it's fine.
Okay, just wait for Harry to be set. Tell us when, Harry.
Yeah, that's good. Cool. Hi, Hasan.
Hello.
If I can fascinating story.
Yeah.
I was curious about the media you were exposed to as a kid. You were talking about the kids' programs and such, just the type that would actually be allowed and what would be shown.
Yeah, yeah. Let's say, yeah.
For 1 second, Millie,
yeah,
do you mind listening in just to check the headphones?
Yes.
Sorry.
Yeah.
So what kind of media?
Yeah, cartoon or like about the media?
Just whichever you'd be exposed to, the cartoons you mentioned or
Yeah,
the kids' programs
yeah,
as
yeah,
well.
yeah.
Lots of propaganda,
Yes,
presumably.
yeah, like let's say as a child, like we were watching just in that time there was a little bit channels are allowed from the Arab world. They called it like Arab. Let's say some of them by satellite. You put satellite, try to steal a network, something. This is one. And in that time, like Al Jazeera, Al Jazeera
so was probably the only independent.
Yes.
One. Because a lot of the Arab media was state media.
I can't watch for how I can say the formal like the TV, our national TV. I just was watching the cartoon. The cartoon is not us, is from Japan. We were watching, let's say, they were published, let's say, in that time I was...
Ulysses and...
something cartoon, Japanese cartoon.
Anime type stuff?
Animation, anime like Dragon Ball, something like this, those kids programs. And just we were watching everything else is propaganda. You open the weather, I don't know, maybe...
Assad made it beautiful today.
I swear, like I swear, like it's not a like it's reality, because like even the people how like I don't know, like living under dictatorship for long time, people be insane with the like, because a lot of propaganda everywhere. Like if you go in our country, it's an Instagram gallery. Assad photos everywhere, Assad symbols everywhere. Like this is the like when you like there is no wall. If someone will give you advice, they take their words advice. If some like this is the reality. Like
so they said, well, Assad would say,
yeah, like let's say in the sports, like a lot of words. Like if you are a farmer, like Assad, the biggest Assad farmer. If you are a lawyer, like the defensor, the best defensor ever and ever. Like this is, it's how we can say, I can say like it's designed. Like even when we were study books, like the pictures of Assad on our books, like even when you get graduate or something, like what you said, when you give you the
diploma.
Before, like when you are child, they give us a paper with our result. You turn it off, like you see Assad photo, and like it's everywhere. Like every detail in your life, it's involved. This is the dictatorship that.
So I mean, it's not. Yeah, I mean, it's interesting that you use the word. It's not media. It's propaganda, and then like they put some kids' cartoons just to keep the kids happy.
Yes. Even there is no programs. There is no like.
Did you watch like the Egyptian like soap operas and stuff like that? Like the drama where someone is having a mistress. Someone
let's say there is like drama. That like even
but
how
political.
They used like like our drama is involved with political, but political from the like let's say if they will talk about corruption, they will talk about one officer is corruption, but all the leadership above of him is good. They are good people. They are good. Just that guy was. But we know like the corruption from the head until the we know that even they will talk about the police officer in the street, but they will avoid like a lot of things like behind, like they will not talk about our problem. They were creating other problem and
even drama. Everything is like propaganda messaging.
Like there is a lot of researches, a lot of let's say books, a lot of films that a lot of people did it about like even when we say now, how I can say like, I don't know how much time we need to survive from the, let's say, propaganda and like the dictatorship, like even now like this is how I see Syria now, like with the now the situation in Syria still uncertain, blah blah blah, because we have a lot of a problem built in not just one generation, 2 generation, 3 generation, like all of them like problems for like, and I don't know how I can describe
because everyone is still in a way everyone who is in Syria now, unless you're like 8, everybody's been grown up with that.
Yes. Now I like, let's say my kids, I have 2 kids, Thaer and Camellia. I can say they survived a little bit, but I don't know if I will.
But at cost, we'll talk about it.
Yeah, sorry.
Is there any other questions before we sort of talk about what happened in 2011, or should we move on?
Yes.
So you're watching Facebook, the movement starts.
Yep. You're
involved. Aleppo is kind of a center for this, right? Like 2 or 3 towns where it happens, but Aleppo is a big focus for the revolution.
Yes.
I mean, were you thinking of joining the militia, or were you to fight, or where were you?
Yeah.
And sort of what happened to then get you from activism into filmmaking?
Yes. Yeah. When the revolution started, like the idea of revolution, it's imagination. Solution for all your problem, I believe, in the dictatorship, because you try, like, how I can say, like everything is around you, you can't change anything. As I told you, and when the idea of revolution came to our minds, not just me, like all those people, friends, the same generation. I don't know what they call us as a generation at that time, but all of us, we were watching and try to see what's going on in Tunisia at that time. When Tunisia
was the first
the first country, Tunisia, they succeed. When they succeed, okay, if they are succeed, we can succeed. This is like as simple as this. And
because they're all dictatorships.
Yeah, same. Like all the, I don't know how I can describe it, but a lot, like we should, like it's not, how I can say, it is the same problem we have in that time. And when, like, let's say we, as I told you, like watching the news and following, okay, Tunisia succeed and Egypt started, people on the street. And in the same time, like Yemen in that time. And we find, like, for me, like for us, let's say in the first, while we watching the news and try to understand what's going on, we were from the university, we know each other, we have groups. We started to make or to create something called, I don't know in English how I said, تنسيقية. It's a group, like it's small groups of friends. They know each other.
So almost like a cell, like you don't want to ask other people in because you don't trust them.
Yeah, like just friends. I know them for 2-3 years and I trust them, they trust me. And just, I don't know how, even when I'm asking myself, like, who asked who or how come, it's an idea, let's say, in the all minds. It's something like all, like we were, let's say, we know each other from words. Like with the, like if you said a word, if you say something, okay, you are watching those kind of news that you are familiar. Let's say
you're looking for clues.
You try just to find the matches with other people, like a little bit matches, and in the same time, like there was on the social media, there was people outside Syria working on social media. Inside Syria, Syrians outside Syria. They announced about a 1 day for let's do a protest. The first protest it was like, or before the first, there is a lot of things happening, like let's say small things like in Damascus, in Like some people like just stand up against the police officers in the street and
that gets
shout.
filmed.
Yeah.
People film it.
Yeah.
So is that sense of like the fact that people are recording stuff on their phones and is that what kind of gets you thinking about doing that?
To be honest, because we were watching the news and see those clips that come from the street. From where? From journalists? No. From civilian, like other civilian, like just.
And also not coming directly through Syria. They're being picked up by Syrians outside Syria. Who are feeding back in.
Yeah.
And presumably there is a certain amount where those groups are being supported by like maybe American support or Syrians in America, or like there's a network of international.
Like a lot of people, like let's say, or not a lot of people, there is, it's the revolution, it's not from, like, it's built.
People saying it's the CIA.
Yeah, it's
something.
CIA, like the CIA, the intelligence, they create the idea and put it in our mind something.
No.
As someone who, let's say, I can talk about myself and what I witnessed, like, no, it's for us, the revolution, like it's something how I can say it. We were born again. We born again in the revolution, because before the revolution we were like dead, mainly dead, like of living. And when we find a window to express our feeling, to express our ideas, we used everything, the social media, even like
so
the phones.
Were you phoning or filming already?
Yes.
So you stopped.
No, to be honest, when we like in that time, even the new phones, like the technology, it started to be in Syria. Like the first phones with the cameras, in Syria in that time are not usually now as much now. Everyone have like Nokia, or like the old versions of phones. There wasn't cameras. But some of them in that time was with the camera, and low quality, like shaking, like it's really bad quality. Yeah, we were, let's say, if we will, this is new technology, you use it just to film a laugh moment or love moment, something like this in the family. But no one, let's say in this area, I never ever see a camera in my street. I never ever see a journalist in our street.
No, because
there is no.
Either you're from the government or.
Even the government. There is no, like the government not come to us. Like even no one care about us. Like where you are. No one come to street to ask you about what's your problem or what do you have for. No, it's a luxury in that time. The phones. Let's say for me, the first protest in my university was like I was just. We were preparing ourselves as a group, and some of us asked, who will be film? Something like just, and I jumped, I said, yes, I can film. And I took my friend's phone, because I have phone, but without camera at that time. I just took it and I said, okay, I will film it. Like as simple as, like, because there is a lot of work. You will burn yourself to, like, I don't know how I can describe it. Like you do anything for this idea.
You're full of passion.
Yeah, like without, like there is no thinking.
No.
There is no zero thinking. Like if I think in that time, I will never like involve.
So you're not thinking about the risk to yourself.
No. We were afraid. We were like my breath, like even the first shot, let's say, the first voice when I said freedom, the first time, like maybe I shout 3 or 4 times, and I lost my.
So it's almost like the regime is not just in like your family, in your school. Yeah. It's in your body.
Yeah. Like I swear, like this has happened with me. Like, and I do, like
because you were shouting something that was so dangerous.
Yes, I was like almost like my heart, like still like when I'm trying to describe like I can't forget this moment, because this moment. This is the burning again, like this is the, like something, I don't know how I describe it, because I never, like, I still, let's say, belong to that moment, because this moment for me, it's changing everything in me, changing everything, me, around me, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, just I took the phone and I stand to something like, let's say in the university we have, let's say there's the people gathering and they shout, I shout 3-4 times, and I was just holding like the phone. I don't see if I record or not. Like I don't know where I am, something like this in that time. And I was visible for everyone because I stand to something like visible. After maybe just 1 minute, less than 1 minute, they were like the police officer, hidden police officer, they were prepared. They surround us, all of us surrounded, and the people there, we thought they are part of our protest. They were belong to the Assad, pro-Assad. We called it Shabiha or pro-Assad. People like just serve the Assad or like this is, and they start to shout, "We love you, Assad," or something like that. Something we were the first saying freedom, 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 and the other 111. The Syrian people won. This is the, let's say, like we are as a because Syria a lot of minorities. Let's say there is Muslim, Christian, Druze, a lot of like not just one color or one group. No, we are, different. And that time I was filming, and just one of the police officers, not police officers, it's part of the Al-Baas party, just catch me, and what do you filming? What do you filming? And like, let's say, in that moment, I just said, I was filming a pro-Assad protest. Like, it's just, like, it's how I can say, it's your way to survive. I lied in that. And he said, show me. When he said, show me, I know I will, خلاص, يعني, it's like, when, like, just the phone in my hand, and my friend, the best friend if I have, he's, next to me, what he did, just he stole the phone from my hand and ran away. I just catch the guy in front of me, please give me my phone, this is not more for me, this is for my friend. Just turn like this moment, I survived. This is the first time I filmed, and the first time I was like, if they catch me in that time, like, and the clip survived and we publish it, like, in that, like, and my friend,
that's
like,
your
just
first piece of published camera work.
Yes. This was the first, like, and this is how I called it my first relationship with the camera, if we called it camera at that time. But
so that's 2011.
Yes, in the university.
And then you, I mean, I don't want to kind of rush through it. I think, but the filming of White Helmet starts in like 2012.
No, it's 2013. We did it in 2000, end of 2015, first of 2000.
So you got 4 years. We just run through that very quickly.
Sorry.
No, not sorry at all. It's amazing. What are you doing for those 4 years from 2011 to 2000? Are you in the military or militia, or you?
Let's say when everything started, revolution started or something like this, everyone tried to find a rule to help the idea of some of friends. They see the weapons. This is the, like, because when we say, or not we say, this is the reality. The Syrian revolution started peacefully. There was no one thinking on, like, there is no weapons in our life. Like, I grow up, I never see any weapon, like literally weapon in there is no weapons, let's say. Just we see it on the police officer's hands, something like this. But the normal civilian, no. This is but when we go to, what we do, we were just go to protest and holding like demands and things, and there is a police attack us, some of them kill you, like guns, like a lot of this. Some of the in that time, like later on, after 1 year I believe, the idea came of we should protect ourselves, and some people, let's say, get weapons and to protect ourselves in the protest. This is the starting, because some people called it civil war, and I refuse to say it. It's not civil war. It's it's really like it's a revolution started peacefully, and even when people try to carry a weapon, they use it to defend themselves. In that time, for me, like let's say, I didn't serve in any army, something like this, and I was studied in the university. I believe, how I can say, and believe in law and changing, blah blah blah, like this. I find the media. I just went, and the first time I saw foreign journalists in the street, and tried with my bad language to translate to them. Just I was translated like this. Here there is a tank, boof boof, like with my bad language something, and I try to just follow them in that time, and yeah, later on.
So this is the first time foreign journalists
yes,
are coming in because of the war.
Yes, they come to our city because they follow. They started to film and in 2012. We co-found something, Aleppo Media Center. It's a group of activists and citizen journalists. We gather together. Everyone, I bring my laptop. I was a good editor, like I write in Arabic, good writing. Some of them was, let's say, bring camera phone, something, and let's say we were 80 person. We meet in a school.
But you're not under an organization.
No. Like really, it is how I can say. This is the good thing in revolution. When people believe in some idea and try, like they broke the world, like they change everything. This is how it's like even the idea it came like just when you ask anything, you need something, you need some service, something like everyone jumped to help. Like this is because in that time we felt this is our country, we belong to this, and we try to push the idea until it succeeds. Like this is the only focus. Like I didn't continue study in that time because I stopped going to the university because university under the Assad regime control, and I will not, let's say, continue my life normally. And I tried, even I left my home, and just 24 hours in the media center. Like we just find a place, we put tables, started everything. Let's say what we do. Let's go to street. Someone filming, someone upload. I was writing. I started editor, writing breaking news, trying to, let's say, deliver as much.
It's very much like community.
Really,
news.
like.
And what's happened? I mean, obviously, 2012, 2013, the situation's getting really bad.
Oh my God! Yeah.
Is your mum and dad left Aleppo? Or?
Yes, let's say in 2000.
Although your dad had canaries, like songbirds,
yeah,
and he wouldn't leave them.
Right? Yeah. In 2012, in the end of 2012. The Assad army, the Assad regime started a military operation against our city because our city was half of our city outside the Assad control. The liberation forces, let's say Free Syrian Army, they call some forces from the Assad regime army, let's say get out from the Assad regime army and create a Free Syria army, they called it. And there started a fight between them. But the Assad regime, like helicopters, barrel bombs, Russians, they were in that time started, not me. The war started like a lot of bombing in my street, my home, blah blah blah. All my family get outside of Aleppo. I stayed. I refused to go. Even here. The beginning of the attacks, my father just go to countryside, not leaving Aleppo or leaving Syria. Just they were countryside of Aleppo. And what I do, I just go walking to hospitals. Yeah. Like try, if there is anything that I can do or help, or like even I'm not.
So you're filming, but you're also trying to help people.
Sorry. In that time I wasn't filming. Like at that time, just I'm trying to how I can, like it's how I can say, it's a news, like just taking pictures, or like I go to the hospital, see, let's say there is 3 people killed or something like that, try to find their names and publish it. Like just try to make people understand what's going on. This is the thing that for me. And later on, we started Aleppo Media Center like in the same year. Journalists, like just I met friends, blah blah blah, gathering around, and we started document. And here we became a little bit professional. We tried to make something similar to agencies. Like I was editor, there is videographers, there is team blah blah blah, there is team blah blah blah. But like we were really simple, like really simple way of
do everything,
of doing, try to do anything to. In that time, like even my family get out of Aleppo in that time in the beginning, and after that people get back. In the beginning of bombing, people left and get back because they just understand what's going on, because the Assad regime was escalating, and like it's the violence in Aleppo like was up and down. Like when you see, how I can say, like you feel like okay, something will be like, because at that time there was a lot of negotiation with the UN, blah blah blah, like the American involved, and a lot of that. From that moment, I started to be let's say more professional with the when I started in Aleppo Media Center, all of those friends and all of them believe in free media, and we were seeing free media as our tool to new Syria, because if we don't have free media, that's all of that came of believing a revolution and freedom and blah blah blah. And here I started, let's say, for me and for my I was editor. After that, after 1 year, I became a reporter. I was doing reporters for channels. After that, I get a workshop about filmmaking by phone, and I loved it. Like really, film? What's meaning film? Like what's that mean? Like okay, you can, because how I learn news because I watch news and try just to do the same. No, I didn't study. We don't know what's filmmaking mean, like in that time. And just this workshop, I did a film. I loved it. Like the first film I did it. Clustered is the name is Clustered. It's about a boy who was playing and in something, and it was a clustered bomb, and he lost his one hand and half of the other hand, and I spent with him 1 month filming him with the family, to try to understand what's the painful living of this kid after this, let's say, accident.
And how long was that film?
How long?
How long was the
short? It was short document. It was 6 minutes.
Right.
And this is the first film. For me, how I can say it was. I don't know how I can say it, like you are jumping to other people's life or the experience that you take it from the, like I became a member of the family when I filmed. Like I became like, how I still relay on those, like even try to because I found the family later on. This is it's personal. Like I was, because in that time, I don't know, I met the guy, I met the child in the street. I asked him why something, like started a conversation. No, I met him in the hospital, something like that, because I was there, and have a conversation with him. After that, I went to family house and started to film with him. This film was the big, like it was a tough, really tough experience for me. I used to film, like, let's say in Aleppo, every day there is a killing. Every day you see like a bombing, and you go to street and you find some people died. Like, I don't know how I can describe it for you. In the beginning, I can't eat in the beginning of seeing those things. It's not normal. Like, it's not normal. I didn't see that in my whole life, like before saying this.
So you're traumatized, and you...
Yeah, in the beginning, like how I'm sharing with you, like in the beginning was so tough on me. I can't sleep, I can't eat, I can't do anything, like just even the names, because I was writing the names of the dead every day and imagining like what every name is linked with, family is linked with people they love, like all of that. But it became, this is what we talk about, the filming in the war zone area. Like, it became time by time, you start to numb, you become numb to, like, I don't know how
human
I can.
Suffering becomes
And you hate yourself because you are not a human. You feel you are not a human. It's like a circle of painful, like.
And you're hating yourself, and then you're forgiving yourself, and then you're hating yourself.
It's really and I tried. Like, I survived. Here started there. Like, I survived when a little bit. Like, when you go with the filmmaking, when you go.
So storytelling became kind of your therapy in a way, like your way.
This is what I really believe. Like, this is what and that time I wasn't cautious to understand that. Now I understand why I was doing this, because the whole, like, now it's 15 years from that moment until now, still ask myself, like, why we were filming those hard stuff, like a little bit like hard stuff. It's like, meaning stories related, like all the stories, like what I can do in the war, like, because what I can do is just you turn left, you see people suffering, you turn right, you see people suffering from This film is open for me the understanding of how we can share the reality in an art way, to deliver it, to understand what's going on. Because our problem was,
but also the audience gets numb to the news.
This is yes.
And so you're filling in the names and you're sending the pictures, but the audience is going, oh, it's another story about people dying in Aleppo.
To be honest,
so the story that you found
it's
of
really,
this boy was a way to overcome that.
Yeah, and just the story. It's not about It's not about how he lost his hand. No, it's about how his daily life. Like, let's see how, like, it's because all the pictures in Syria, blah blah blah. You see people like cutting, like bloody, blah blah blah. But could you imagine how after this accident his life will be? Could you imagine, like, how daily life symbol?
Of a family.
Even like it's normal. It's just I spend with them 1 month filming them. I start, like, how I can say I love them. I love like this. Every story I did it or make it, my way. I don't know if it's like, it's build the network and relationship, or build deep relationship with the story, because I don't do stories or film because I am a filmmaker. No. It is because this is a passion. This is something I believe when any family share, or anyone, any character open and share with you something, it's a generous from him, and I should be respect all this and be kind and try to make it in the ethical way of be like very good, like how I can, like it's a trust, it's a lot of things really.
So you made this film, and then tell us how you got involved with White Helmets.
Yes.
And so the White Helmets were already operating in
Aleppo. Yeah.
And so did someone come to you and ask you?
Yes.
So what happened?
Yeah, it's as simple as this. We were like, because we were, a lot of people know us as Aleppo Media Center in that time, because we were, after 1 year, 2 years, became the main source of the news and videos in Aleppo. And Aleppo in that time was the dangerous places for journalists around the world. A lot of journalists lost their lives in Aleppo in that time. And what we do is just our mission in Aleppo Media
But
Center.
journalists are targeted by the regime.
Yeah, a lot of, even there is the story about, I forget the name, Mary Colvin?
Yeah,
Mary Colvin,
photojournalist.
Photojournalist in Homs, in that time just I had a call, or I don't know, a call from my friend, asked me, there is a film, even not there is a people making a film about white helmets, and white helmets, we did with them a lot of reports, filming, blah, blah, blah. We know them, we are familiar with them, let's say close to them. And that time, and just, could you film for this project? Yes, let's do it. It's really like this. And we started to be filmed with them. We follow the way that I learned how I film is follow. We stuck with the characters we spent time to let's say involve with them, to be live their life in this, and try to capture this as much as we can to make. This is how we started filming the white helmets. It's really difficult because their main job is going to the dangerous area in the dangerous city in the world. Every bomb, the white helmets go to follow it. And your job is to follow them while they are...
And also the regime is doing double taps, right? So they bomb somewhere, then they wait for the...
people to gather.
They wait for the rescuers to come, and then they bomb again. So you're not just going to the most dangerous bit of the most dangerous city, but you're going somewhere where you know there's a very high chance that you'll get an attack.
Yes, but to be honest, in that time, I don't know, I can say, thinking of your life, I don't know how I can describe it, but let's say, because you are focusing about a big mission you are doing, for us, for me.
You're not thinking of your personal safety.
No, at ever. I'm not, but how I can say, it is your experience, because you see, death, and your mechanism, your body mechanism of surviving, I believe, or something like this, it's developed in the way, let's say, I was knowing, let's say, because you try to understand what's going on to no one in the, no one not take care about their safety. No one. It's nothing. I'm the madness.
Everybody is.
You need to be alive, or alive, stay alive as much as you can. But how I can say, because you are dealing with, when you see the white helmets, let's say, put their life in dangers to save other lives under the rubble. Who I am on this, I don't know, who I am, how I dare to think about my safety in this kind of position. What I need to do is just take filming this moment and share it, because it's something, it's need to be seen, or it's need to be the believing. I believe, because the revolution and because we believe in the storytelling in that time, it's not for us in that time, because there is nothing is let's say normal in the war. There is nothing normal. We tried as much as we can to it's you driven by the idea of filming, and you drove by the idea of how necessary what you are doing, and try as much as you can to survive by, let's say, I have a walkie-talkie, something it's try to hear when we see any let's say aircraft, and we try to hide. It's your way of surviving. Try, but a lot of people, we lost a lot of people. I can't remember how much I was almost die. Like I can't really, literally, I can't remember because, okay,
It
you
happens
take,
so
like it's
much.
okay, you are in this car and you decision to go to this car, and after that this car is bombed. It's normal, like it's normal. Like you are walking in the street, like me, it's happened a lot with me, walking in the street and just I decide to go like in this, like after 5-10 meters, like a barrel bomb. We lost friends like in this. They survived for the last, and yeah, like it is like this.
Brother was shot by
Yeah,
a sniper.
yeah. My brother who was, yeah, he was filming for Reuters.
Yeah.
Photographer. He's photographers. Even like same. He started same as me, like just like this. He was taking photo and he get a sniper bullet in his stomach, and let's say, how I can say is nearly he was dying because the area that he get the bullet, there is no cars, there is no, like, you should walk, and a lot of people or friends, some friends help him to jump carried him, or, and even he because he walked a lot, maybe for half hour to get out the area because this area was.
So he was shot and he still walked.
Yeah. And even when he reached to the hospital, he lost a lot of blood, and even because the hospital like was not, there is no good let's say surgery, blah blah blah. They take him to Turkey. When he reached Turkey, they found there's let's say blood go, let's say inside something, like he survived by miraculously. He survived yeah.
So I mean, I think we should.
Sorry.
No.
Sorry.
Hassan, it's incredible.
Thank you.
You're giving these young people an incredible insight into something that you've done, which I had a rule, right? Mm-hmm. Which was, if they made me do hostile environment training, mm-hmm. I don't want to go. So because I had friends who, one of the people that we knew was a guy called Fred. He's a BBC cameraman, mm-hmm. and he filmed with John Simpson, and John Simpson got bombed in Iraq by the Americans, friendly fire, and the Iraqi translator was killed, and Fred's camera has blood all over it. And he was doing this stuff all the time. I had friends who did sound, and I was just like, oh, if they asked me to do hostile environment, I'll just say no. So, what you did, and I know you were there, it was not, you weren't choosing. But,
yes.
But I think if somebody wouldn't mind just turning the lights off, we'll watch the trailer I'll just make sure that the sound is working.
يلا ما تعزين ماما مو؟ ايوه
Missile attacks on hospitals and schools in rebel-held areas has left up to 50 civilians dead.
دفاع مدني صعب القبعة البيضاء اللي أول الناس بيكونوا موجودين حالة القصف. إن سوريا الكل العالم عم بتتابع أخباره وعم ما حدا يلاقوا له حل. شعارنا أولا وأخيرا نحن كدفاع مدني فمن أحياها فكأنما أحيا الناس جميعا.
We have the lights. Thanks, Esther. It's hard to watch, man.
Yep.
And you were there. So, I mean, you yourself are a target when this film comes out, presumably. So, when did you leave Aleppo for? The situation got really bad in Aleppo,
Yes.
like 2016, 2017.
Yeah, the end of 2016. Yeah. This film in the beginning of 2016, I believe. Yeah, the beginning.
The
the
Russians
end.
really didn't like
Yeah,
this film.
They didn't like it because it shows literally what's going on a biggest platform.
And one of the guys who funded the White Helmets is Chris. What was his name? Chris.
To be honest, I forget.
There's a BBC documentary podcast series.
Yeah.
He was found.
Yeah.
That he had committed suicide, but there's some real doubts about.
Yeah, in Istanbul. Yeah.
Whether or not the Russians went after him, and he said that he was corrupt and. And
like
lots of really nasty stuff going on. So were you part of that?
Yeah, let's say I was part of what I see in Aleppo when I saw those brave people, what they do in my neighborhood, what they do in my city. Like I don't care about like what is up, like organization, who funded, who not funded, who like no. I was seeing those people is similar to us in the way like okay, you try just to help, you try to help to put your life on dangerous to help others.
But the point I'm making is that it was just people doing this stuff. But it became a big...
Yeah, it started because we saw them in the beginning, because we live in the city, like we were filming. We saw them like in the beginning, just a normal people from neighborhood, just young people, blah, 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 jump to rescue others people.
Because on the internet you see stories that this is all fake, this is like
I know,
drama.
Russia, like even the Assad regime, the Russians, a lot of they are supported by CIA, they are supported by MIK, they are supported by blah blah blah. They are like, what the fuck? Like we were like, imagine like anyone. Like I don't know how I can say it. For me,
it's your friends and your neighbors.
Like it's not just like we spend days and time. Like we know everyone and his family and why he what the family they let's say leave them in the house and go to save other people. Like we were witness of those people. Like I don't care about like the lies. Like the Russians are the most professional people with the lies now with Ukraine but like we know them. Like we were in that time we were saying if no one stand against the Russians in that time, like the regime, not the people, Russian people, like the Russian regime, they will use what they used with us to the others. And this is the reality, because when I went to watch the film 20 Days in Mariupol, I don't know if you saw, like it's same situation, same like they even like same lying, same strategies, same propaganda, like it's just it's a propaganda machine works into destroy you from on the ground and in the repetition.
I'm sure there's stuff on the internet about you saying, you know, that you were an agent or something like that. Just to give some context.
Definitely.
You had to leave in 2016, but because it got so bad?
How I can say, when anyone asks me, because this is everything, like how do you leave your country or why you leave your country or something like this, it's not a choice at all. Like for me, or not for me, for all from Aleppo, we were under siege for 6 months. We were under siege, like the Russian forces after Russia get involved in on the ground in 2015, 14. They surround our city, and we were under siege for 6 months. And after that, Aleppo has fallen to their forces, and we evacuate by, they call it the green buses. Like they put us in the green buses and let's say open away, send us not to Turkey, to outside, to Idlib, to the North Syria. And like,
but that's in the direction of Turkey, right?
Yes, it's because let's say there is, in that time there is 5 million people, around 5 million living in tents in the near to the border, like, because a lot of people, like the Assad regime pushed all the people against or believe in revolution in that time. I didn't show, like, how I can say, for me, in my brain, like everything designed to be in Aleppo in my brain for long time. And when I find myself outside of Aleppo, it's another story, like of try to understanding why I'm here and how it's and I spent maybe 1 year in Turkey just to understand what's going on, to be honest.
So your family was in Idlib, but then they moved Turkey?
Some of them were in Idlib, some of them were in Turkey, like, because, like...
I mean, this is the other thing that is such frustrating, the lies that are told about refugees. It's like, we had 20,000 Syrians. Turkey had what, 3 million?
3 million and half.
3.5 million. So, you know, just the lies that get told about the way that it works.
For, let's say...
So you became a refugee, effectively.
To be honest, I avoid to become a refugee. This is maybe, I don't know how I can say it. I try to... The idea of leaving your homeland, it's something... It's really painful, like, because no one, I believe, now I'm a refugee here in UK, I believe this is what I say. I believe no one on the earth, let's say, wake up in the morning and decide to be a refugee like this because he need to change his life, like blah. This is my experience, like my personal experience. And even when I went to one of the asylum seekers hotels, I was
So just to give the context, because the recent film that you've just done is following Hasan's experience through the whole of his experience in Syria, but then coming to the UK and living in a refugee hotel, and being separated from your wife and your 2 kids for 15 months. Yes,
1 year, 3 months. I counted.
So and they and they came over 6 months ago. So they're together. But you're in Turkey and you're still doing filming. And
what I did, I was into, like, let's say, in that time after losing Aleppo, every area outside of Aleppo, to be honest, it's for me, it's same. I lost my belonging. I don't know how I describe it. I tried to stay in Idlib, tried to stay in different area.
In a way.
Like I did, and my family was in Turkey in that time. I went to them with When I became in Turkey, let's say went back between Syria and Turkey, making stories about camps and like refugees around. While I'm trying to say avoid being refugees, like all those Syrians are in Turkey, just try to be near to the border, try to, let's say, have a hope of returning in any way. A lot of Syrians, like not just me, my father, like as you mentioned, my father, even my mother went to Turkey. He refused to go. He was like, he said, like, I prefer to die in Aleppo rather than go out of Aleppo. Like, I believe it's not just us, it's everyone. Like, how I can say, when I force you, it's not about you go to other country to study. It's not about go to the other city to build a new networking. No. It's when I force you to leave your homeland in let's say with the killing and bombing and blah blah blah. Like a lot of people refuse. Or a lot of people they can't imagine their lives out of their countries, and this is the reality from let's say I did a lot of stories about refugees. I did a lot of filming about and when I were in Turkey, between Syria and Turkey until 2023 earthquake hit Syria and Turkey in that time,
So from one bad situation into another,
like
over 20,000 people die, or
it is more than 60,000 people died in the earthquake. It hit around 40 cities. One of them, my city, like the city that I was in. In the earthquake, we lost a lot of, let's say, friends, families, blah blah blah, and in the earthquake, I find myself filming because I don't know how I can say.
That's what you do.
Yeah, this is the only thing that I can do, to be honest. Yeah. This is the only thing. And we did a film. The film was about my best friend family, because his family was under the rubble, and we were waiting in front of his building for 10 days, waiting to someone, let's say, survive something. And in the first day, second day, the idea of, I don't know, let's say just because we trust each other, like, let's film, and I will be filmed hoping someone will survive. And by the end of those 10 days, no one survived. And for me, like, that decision make me feeling guilt until now, like, to be honest, because those days is the darkest days of was my friend family. And but
you feel like you exploited it.
Yeah, how I can say it's there is how I follow my sense with everything. Even like when the earthquake happened, when we survived, like, I took my daughter. After that, I went to have my phone to start recording. I don't know why, like, to be honest, because I felt there is something bigger or happening, like, in that time, or maybe because it's a relationship between you and the camera, or in the dangerous when you are in dangerous.
Do you think it's a way of, because there's a sense in which the camera becomes like a way of distancing yourself from the not that you're escaping reality, but you're putting like a filter between you and the situation.
Yes, even the focus. Like, when I focus on the filming, I maybe start to not be scared from the reality. I try, like, even now, my last project, I try to understand what's going on with me, like why I was filming, and remembering, like, for who I am, what I'm doing, why I did that, why I filmed that, blah blah blah. In that film, we did, like, even when I started to film what's going on in the earthquake, there is no projects, like, even a lot of films I involved with, no projects, no beaches, no, just we start do something, filming, and after that something came. This is what happened with the earthquake. After we finished, like, and I shocked, like, or not just me, my friend, like, and we were so sad, blah blah blah. For one moment, I was next to delete all the materials that I filmed in that time, because I felt like it's too heavy for me to carry all those materials, and even I wasn't able to open it and see what I filmed.
Watch the rushes.
To be honest, until after 6 months, what our friend, like, director Wad Khatib, she's a director for Sama. I don't know if you saw it. Yeah. For Sama, yeah. She's, let's say, a friend of us. Talk with us about, she will do a documentary about the earthquake with the Paramount Plus, and we did it. Yeah. When this earthquake destroyed a little bit our life in Turkey, and but and this film, we made it. We invited to a screen in UK in 2024, in February 2024, for the anniversary of the earthquake. Being in the screen, we came to London in February 2024. Me and my friend. That's the friend that I filmed him in the.
When his family.
Yeah. For my friend, this screen was, I don't know how I can describe it. Like after he lost his whole family, he wasn't doing avoid doing any. He's best, like he's the best DOP. Like the shots in the white helmets or the he's amazing, like amazing cinematographer, DOP and cinema photographer. Yeah, he refused to carry the camera again because like it's really was like very, very, very bad situation for him. The only thing that he survived him, that's making film about his family, to remember him, to honor them, to let's say, and he involved with this project, with the Death Without Mercy project, the film about the earthquake. And we came to London for the premiere, and when we came, we stuck, me and him here. We banned from going back to Turkey.
So Turkey banned you from returning?
Yes, because as a Syrian, how I can say, we were not refugee in Turkey. In Turkey, they call that, there is a phrase, temporary protection.
Temporary protection.
Protection,
right.
Yeah.
You're not that's why they took the Syrians, because they said they're not refugees.
Yes.
So we don't have to honour the refugee agreements.
Yes.
They're temporary protection.
Yeah, temporary protection is.
So you came here, you left your family in Turkey, and now
Yes.
you can't go back.
Yes. Yeah. And after
How did you find out? When you went to the plane, or?
When we let's say when we arrive.
Yeah.
Let's say they give you a letter,
Yeah.
like in Turkish, you sign it. It was really a hard situation, to be honest, to deal with in that time. And when we arrived, we did the screen. We went to the screen. We finished everything, and after that, after conversation with lawyer, blah blah blah, that we have to make or claim asylum and went through all those process in that time. Yeah.
So that was 2024. So now you're stuck in the UK. I mean, we should talk about Last Man in Aleppo, but
go ahead.
So then you're stuck here. Your family isn't with you for 15 months. You're in the 12 months. You're in the asylum system, living in hotels, and again, you're filming it.
Yeah.
And and that's where you've got this funding
Yes.
to make the film. But the film isn't just about the refugee hotel, it's about your whole journey from Syria to now.
In the hotel, like another experience of fear and terror, and I don't know how
Did you have protests from the right wing outside your house?
In that time, I was in one of those hotels, but one day they told us about there is a protest in the front of the hotel, but it's not. We were in Wembley in that time. The area is more diversity. A lot of people. This is why maybe it's not happened. But yeah, we were afraid in that moment a lot with the protest and things related with the far right. Yeah, to be honest, when the hotel was experience is something else. It's this silence in the hotel and waiting papers, and you don't know how it will take your process, 1 year, 2 years, you don't know.
So there are people who have been there for 2 years.
This is the suffering. I thought in the beginning, I didn't have any clue about the process and things, and I didn't went any this kind of a process related with the refugee or process being a refugee in this way. But the waiting, you don't know when. You see people stuck here, some of them from Corona. I met people from coronavirus until now. Oh my God,
So 4 years.
It is nightmare. It is really nightmares. And you don't know, everything you see it, reflection with the news, what's happening, will win, this party, if this party will win, your life will be blah blah blah, if this party will be like, because all of that you deal it with the news, and you deal with inside the hotel, like just try to understand the system, try to understand when it will be your interview, even you thinking with whole life about how because they do with you 2 hours interview, and these 2 hours you should answer, like talk, and this question is who I am and why I'm here, and from this moment or like living in this fear, to be honest, it was difficult.
So it's the not knowing, right?
Not knowing, even I don't know, like I can't say, I don't know when or what, or like just.
If they said you're going to prison for 1.5 years, like
yeah.
In a way you can then go.
Yeah, like dealing with the time, like yeah. If you know something, I don't know. To be honest, I'm still asking myself if I know, it will make it easier, but I can't imagine if it will make it. But yeah, inside the hotel, what I tried to do is me and my friend filming, like even it's not a project, it just even by my phone, no cameras, nothing, it just our phone, and some days I open the phone and talk about my feeling about my son, or some days I talk about how we end up here. Like I don't know what, to be honest, literally I don't know why I was filming. Just I was filming to survive. Yeah, this is later on. This is
your
the
story.
Yeah, now the story. When I now is filming for survive. This is the things that I really believe in, and this is what I'm trying to do. Is just I do this project to survive in the way of understand, like, because now the film that we did it recently, we finish it, and hope.
Were you going to bring it to here to screen it?
Like with all pleasure, like with my pleasure. Yeah, and it should be in the next year. The premiere will be in Rotterdam. It's funded by Displacement Film Fund, created by Kate Blanchett, or she's involved in this. And the film is friendship, like let's say about me and my friend in the exile, and matching with the around 15 years of personal archive. Like we try to show the reality from inside the hotels, and the process, how it's really hard, how it's really damage your humanity, and reflected with or match it with our journey from Syria to here. Like this is the film.
Yeah, and Hasan is also involved with a project we're working on about empathy and refugee experiences.
Yes.
So thank you for that.
Thank you.
We are working with a charity called Empathy Action, who create live immersive theatrical performances where you travel in the footsteps of a refugee journey from Aleppo. And Hasan is going to be a story consultant on that. We're going to be creating digital immersive versions of it, and we're working with the experimental psychology department to look at the live experience, assess how that changes empathy, and then to look at the digital experience. So it's for us as storytellers, it's really interesting because your work is all about empathy. That's at the heart of it, really.
Yeah, like even for me now, like how I can say, trying to, let's say when I heard about this project, it is believing, like it's really deep believing after time something, is how storytelling, or how through the story we can understand more empathy, build the empathy with. I don't know, like, because I'm asking, like, even still, like, the question is still in my mind until now, like, about why we're making stories, and why, and how, and why we're making stories. Every time I'm still asking myself about this question, and hope, let's say, through storytelling we can understand each other. This is maybe one of the main things that I try to make it in the film, like understanding
living the experience of another
yes,
person.
yes, yes, yes. It's the first step to be human, like understanding the others, and yeah, this is what.
Because the alternative is to dehumanize and
yes,
say they're not human
yes,
because they're refugees.
yes,
they're
yes.
not human because they're not part of the regime. Whatever it is.
Yeah, definitely.
So, do you want to just talk briefly about Last Man in Aleppo? We'll watch the trailer and then we open it up for questions.
Yep. Yeah.
Thank you, Esther.
Thank you. Yeah.
السريع عايش يا شباب.
هذا بابا طلعوا انت طلعت انت رفقاته بابا رفقاته
صار لك شيء؟ يعني انت تخيل انت بيتك في بيتك ما تحس ان البنايه كلها عقب من اول للسادس. لكن المشكله ما عليك، المشكله على البلاد. يعني ما في محل تبعتون عليه. هنا هو خفي ضاين اكثر شيء. كله ضاين والله. فكرنا ليالي نحن والشباب سوينا بركه انه مشان اذا نهار مهيئين حاصرنا انه في عنا سمك. هذا ولا بناكل. بنطلع بناكل. لا يا احمد لا يا حضرة طبعا بيك شيء يا احمد اهدوا استهدوا بالرحمن
خايف عليه دائما يعني مع طاقة الشباب بس عندي اخوي احمد يعني كان مميز
يموتوا قدام عيوني قلبي برتاح وبطمن لاني اذا هن بعاد عني واذا وحده منهم صار لها شيء انا راح ابكي دم بصراحه يعني. تفضل معلم.
So just tell us a little bit about this and then we'll throw open to the audience.
Last Man in Aleppo is feature documentary.
Oh, sorry.
No worries. Yeah, it's feature documentary. The story is about the last days in Aleppo when it's under siege and bombed. Like we were. You see here with the white, let's say we follow let's say 3 or 4 characters with the white helmets. Follow them with the daily life of what's the life experience under siege and under bombs. You see families, you see relationship, you see more about what's meaning life in the war. This film is nominated to the Oscar in 2017 and won Sundance and won a lot of festivals and for me, like, I love this film because this film I see it as what we took it from our, like, because for me when I was unable to go back to Aleppo, I was go to the material to see what we were filming, because capturing your city, like, because when Assad regime takes Aleppo in that time, like after we forced to leave, we were unable to go back. And just for me, this film is unique, and even the character in the film, like all of them amazing. We spend with them like life. We share with them a lot of things, and yeah, they are like, yeah. I still like this film is unique. I don't know with your work with a lot of things. There is some pieces is
but this
really,
film is also you.
I don't know how I can say
because
it.
you're
Yeah.
as a filmmaker, this is,
Yes.
you poured your heart and your
Yeah,
soul
definitely,
into it.
definitely. Like every moment, every second, like even when I watch it again, oh, here, and this, yeah. That's all of.
So that's
Thank
that's your film that you directed.
I
and
co-directed. Co-directed
That
with
was
this.
nominated for an Oscar,
Yes.
and you were involved in White Helmets, which won an Oscar. So, you know, we are immensely privileged to have you here. And we thank you for your time. You have your family with you now.
Yes.
And you're about to set off on the crazy festival world with your new film.
Thank you.
But should we have some questions from the audience?
If you want.
We'll just wait for the microphone if you have a question. Yeah, please.
Go ahead.
You're right if we just film your question.
Yeah.
Okay. Just tell us when. Okay.
I was wondering, obviously there's many ways of activism, like articles, reports and photography. I was wondering, what do you think makes filmmaking perhaps more powerful than other modes of reporting?
So just to understand your question, like my English is not perfect always, but yeah, like the filmmaking as a tool of activism a little bit, yes, and if we compare it a little bit with the reports and things, or no, yeah. For me, how I can say, definitely, I believe the filmmaking is the most powerful way I ever express it, of not just for the activism is something really mainly, to be honest, because why we do film, by the end of the day we try to change something by our films, change ideas a little bit, understanding, more empathy sometimes. Yeah, I love the documentaries because it's the reality. I believe it's a piece of art from the reality. It is nothing is, I believe nothing much powerful than the reality. Maybe because I'm born in the reality of, like, the reality in my life, in my how I grow up is something really I don't know how, it's really meant to me. Even like with every work, I try to catch with the reality and try to how we can deliver the reality in way that we can share it with the people in very honest and how I can respect honest way of making those film, because by the end of the day the activism and the work about the activism is like, I don't know how, sorry, it's need to be honest, it's need to be true, really true, really true. And maybe because I'm asking myself, maybe because dealing with the reality in our case, in my case, in Syria case, because always there is like a regime, there is a people against you, let's say.
Well, you live in you grew
doubting.
up in a regime where the truth
you could
never have the truth.
yeah. There is never. Yeah, maybe this one. Like, to be honest, because I'm still asking myself. Like, it's a question. Like, it's.
You grew up where the truth was
Yes.
was dangerous and no one discussed.
Yeah,
it.
even like when I was living in Aleppo, and seeing the bombs and seeing the killing, and you open the TV and you see the reports, let's say, about lying about something else, like Russian in the propaganda, or like how it's like this. Maybe this is why I believe in the filmmaking really as our best way of activism. And some days, like sometimes I feel like, does fiction do more powerful thing or impact or something like this?
Well, I'm sure you'll make a fiction film one day. But there's also a sense that if you're dealing with totalitarian regimes or fascist regimes, or politicians like Farage, where it's all about division, when you create a community, it is an act of activism, right? And making a film is about creating a community of people who participate in the story. It's like sitting around a fire and saying, let me tell you the story of how the stars were made. It's a community act.
Yes.
So
definitely.
You represent your community, you tell the truth about your community, and you create a community of people who watch the film, who understand. It's fair?
It's really fair, because even like let's say the way of making the film, and how you, as you mentioned, like how you bring bring the community to the film. Even like when I started, like let's say when we started Aleppo Media Center, it's activism. Aleppo Media Center, it's just, we were from this, let's say, a young activist, journalist, blah blah blah, try just to change the word, or showing the word. Some days we say change the word of let's say meaning, like the ideas about like what's going on, because what's going on in Aleppo for us is meaning, like it's our life, like we live, like we were killing, we were dying in front of those like let's say everyone, and someone on the TV talking about something else. And and even the community, all the community, that we bring all the community, because we are from the community, and we were making something with them. I believe what you said
I
is,
mean, one of the things that Assad does is he tries to make all the communities against one another.
Yes.
And so community is a really powerful, and for a regime like Assad, a community is dangerous. Definitely.
And even now, like my experience here with the anti-refugee protest, with the I went to one of those pro-refugee, what they called it, like welcoming refugee protests. Like when I went to one of those in London, for me, like when London, I love London. I loved London because the diversity in London is unique. In UK, like in general, but I'm talking about London because just the only city I'm in, London. Let's say when you see this community, like the community, like this is the community when you see the community in the street, like when I went to one of those welcome refugee protests after the anti-refugee protest, like it's here. I don't know the powerful of the street, the powerful of the people, the powerful of the community when come together.
That's what's attractive to the far right as well, because that's their community. We have to stand up and be the community that represents the other side. But is any other questions?
Sorry.
Yeah. Would you mind taking a mic? Tell us when you're ready, Anna.
Hi. Your story is absolutely incredible. Thank you for sharing it.
Thank you.
When you're maybe in the edit suite and you're editing, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you're putting it all together, have there been stories or bits of footage that you wish you could have included in any of your documentaries that didn't get included in the end or got cut?
Like the last, let's say all the films let's talk about the last project. The last project now, because I finished it last week and we were in the edit suite and taking those decisions of what you will use. I believe every director, every filmmaker, he went through this experience of you have to lose or you have to cut away something to stuck with the, like for me, let's say in the film, like now, a lot of things I would love to put it in the film, but I decide to take it out to stay with the, how I can say, with the, not destruct the idea of it. Because like because a lot of things related with the Syria maybe scenes, related with the conversations, related with the in our film, but because our film is like, okay, you jump to the archive and you book from the archive, your archive. I have 3 tera, 4 terabyte archive, and I have to decide what's part of my life to go back, something like this. Like definitely the answer, like definitely there is always, you have to make decisions to try to, I don't know, to build the story as much as sorry, I forget in English what the word is, but yeah, to make the story clear, as much as clear for the audience.
Clear and true.
Yeah, because clear and true. Yeah, definitely it's clear and true, because okay, we are try to bring the reality, but this reality that we bring it's the reality that we are our experience in this reality. I'm not the news. I'm not making something news. No, I'm sharing my experience, my life with you through the film. That, yeah, sorry.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think it's an interesting question, right? Because the story and the film has its own truth.
Yes.
That's separate from you as a filmmaker.
Yes.
And that's
totally.
The only truth that matters, right? Is the truth in the film, which
yes.
is why a lot of you will hear me and our other tutors bang on about people say, oh, my story's about a journey, and it's like, well, no, that's not the story. That's what happens.
Yes.
Like, what is the story? And as a director or an editor, you have to be prepared to sacrifice everything, even if you love it.
Yeah.
If it's not true to the story.
Yeah. It's not about what we love. It's about what makes the story work. Yeah.
And the story sometimes will be telling you can't use that. That doesn't make sense, you know.
Even like when I started to edit, like the first version until the 16th version, because 16th version, like at the end, it's really, I can't say like it's because I tried to make the film as I felt in the hotel. Like I tried to reflect what my feeling and try to follow this, but there is a lot of changes related with what you will put, what you will take. But the film in the beginning is different than the ending, definitely. I believe everyone in the same process. But what you change is what you lose, or it's a lot of things that I love it, really love it to put it in the film, but I decide to take it out to make it's helped the story, because a lot of things is you love it. And what I love is the personal moment, that I love this moment, like this moment. I really love it, and I need, let's say, to share it, but no.
And that's where your relationship with the editor is so important.
Yes. And Matt, like the editor that I worked with him, he's a really nice guy, amazing, clever guy. Yeah, and the relationship between the director and the editor is another story.
But the editor's going to ask you, well, I don't think it worked. No, I love it.
This conversation is always happen, and I believe like follow your sense in this kind of and even like review and the other people with the advices.
It comes down to it's not about what you like, it's what the story needs.
Yes.
And you know, I'm sure you've had executive producers. You've had Orlando who shot Virunga, who's working with Grain Media, who did Virunga and White Helmets.
Yep.
I mean, you get people come in and say that bit doesn't work. This bit's too slow. I love that.
Yeah. Even like for me, this is the first experience to be in the edit suite, because all the films project I was in Turkey, in Syria, there is no production. Like the production company always be
editing it for you.
Like I was all the project, like if you are co-director, if you are a producer, if you are a cinematographer, you are in the ground. But now through this project, let's say as a main director, I became, like, let's say, have the experience of being in edit suite, blah blah blah, like, and spend 3-4 months with, let's say, with the editing every day, and the conversations, and even like you lost yourself after time.
You wake up dreaming about the scene.
Yeah, really, yeah.
Very amazing. Is there any other questions? Yeah.
Please.
We're going to wrap up in about 10 minutes, and if somebody wants to buy Hasan a cup of tea, they're very welcome.
Thank you.
Firstly, thank you so much.
Thank you.
I was thinking about how do you think you kept hope, especially when you like came here and you got told I can't go back, and you've like realized you're separated from your family, and then like after all that you also have people here who are like saying that they like want you to like go back and things. How do you think you managed to keep hope through all of that every day?
Just to what the question is, like,
sorry, how do you,
I didn't hear it. Yes.
Sorry. How did you like keep hope, like when you came back here after everything, and then you have people here saying like we don't want you.
So the question is, how did you keep hope?
Yes.
Sorry.
Great question.
Really great question. Thank you for your question. I believe everything related with the hope, and this is even, let's say, in war, in disaster as earthquake, even now for me experience with the hotels, like it's about hope. How you can find this light and try to capture it, and try to for me, let's say, as now a father, my hope is my daughter was for me, let's say, unique a relationship with me and my daughter. I try to, let's say, now I'm trying, like, let's say, every time I try to find a hope related to keep going. Let's say when I'll try to share with you something like related with the hotels and things. Let's say in the hotels when I was, and let's say when I see the anti-refugee news and the changes and the policies and blah 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 and the hate speech blah blah blah, to be honest, I felt like destroyed, like really like destroyed from like living the experience in the war is the dangerous is outside. I don't know how I can describe it. Like it is something you are afraid of being killed or injured, blah blah blah. But the experience in the hotel, it's a battle inside. Like it was a battle in my mind. It's a battle of I am here, my body here, but my mind with my family, my mind in my city, my mind like and when those, like, let's say, with this fear, increasing this fear with the hate, the anti-refugee, blah blah blah. There is a moment, like, let's say, with the welcoming refugee, when I went to, and so just I went to see the people, like
pro-refugee.
I like when you see people, like some small words, some, I don't know, activists, like it's really help. Like it's heal you. It's open the, like, okay, it's open the hope again, and give you a power to carry on. It's like this, I believe, like, because the whole life is like this. It's just carry on with the hope. You have it. You carry. You after that you lose. You go. You find something else, and like, and even like my experience even in Aleppo, like after time, like with the killing, blah 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 blah, like you when you lose yourself and you start to lose every believing, like, because in Aleppo we were saying, like, we left to face the end alone when we are under siege, and we are pushing to leave our country. I try, like, you try to find any hope related with the let's say for me, like I was thinking, let's say in the end of Days of Aleppo, I'm filming for history now. I care about future, I'm filming for history, and this is why I'm filming. Let's say in the earthquake, the hope that we find it to honor our family, like the people that we lost them. Like, I don't know if it makes sense what I'm talking about, but it is how I express it. I'm not, let's say, a good guy with talking about those stuff, but this is really, like, this is how I survived a little bit with finding those small things that maybe help me to carry on. And I don't know if I'm doing good.
I don't know. I mean, it's a hard question. I think it's.
And now, sorry, for now, like for me now, even like the idea about home, and where is home for me, and who I am, and do I belong? Can I, like, because this question is still in my mind, like, do I will stay here, go back, blah blah blah, because
your family's now back in Aleppo.
Yes, and even but the situation, like for the kids, like situation, schools are destroyed, like the quality, like the life in Aleppo now is, like, it's really, situation is really difficult, like even when I have conversation with my family. But yeah, it's always about where is hope for me, like home is, where is hope, there is home, and I'm trying to find where is hope and try to say it, this is home. Sorry.
No, don't be sorry. It's a tough question to answer, but I mean, I have to say that the story that you tell and the empathy that you show for the people you film with it's unusual, and it's, you know, I mean, I can't help but find huge admiration for it. Like, that's a journey, and you know. Do we have one last question, Steve? I'm sure you've got a question.
I've got loads of questions.
Well, you could go to the bar and have a chat with him after.
Sorry. Yeah.
I was gonna.
We'll get to wait for Mike. We got the mics.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I guess mine's not really a film-related question, although I've got lots of film-related questions as well about the documentary community in Britain and how that supported you. But
cool.
I'm really interested to know what you make of the current situation in Syria and the new, I can't remember his name, but the new person who is who's
Shara or Jolani?
Shara, yeah. And what your views are, and if it's dangerous for you to go back, and
let's say I can say from my perspective, like now Syria, let's say when Assad regime fall down is a moment like, I don't know how I can describe it. It's something we couldn't imagine in our life, like living with the dictatorship, as I told you in the beginning, for 15 years, like not just me, my father, and let's say 2 generations, 3 generations. And now with the Assad regime, when it fall down, is something like when the heaven be in the earth. I don't know. Like, it's something still we can't process it. We celebrate every day. I believe, like every day I walk. Oh my God! Like how is happening like this? Now the situation in Syria, like it's a country. This is a country after 14 years of war. It's try to stand up again. We are in the trying process. I don't know. We are not in the zero. We are in the minus 100. To be honest, like this is the reality. Like what people try. Like for me, for other friends, for everyone in Syria now is the hope. This is the word. Like the magic word is. Could we make our country works again? Could we build it? Could we bring that? The dreams when we are younger, like in the beginning of, could we make Syria again in the, this is the question. And for me, like reflect, like I'm trying to see like the new like governor or authorities, we try to how I say, watch, try to see try to. We know the situation. We know, but we know from the. We don't need anyone build a new dictatorship. This is the red, let's say, line of everyone. We see the new, for me, let's say, I'm here, try to understand what's going on, try to, let's say, even now, our friends now in Syria, there is like a lot of friends, part of them in Syria, part of them in different countries. Try, okay, how we can work together to build the Syria that we dream. Democracy, freedom, let's say, future, hope for everyone. But the reality, really dark, really dark. We can make it. Yeah, we can, but it's need time and need. I don't know how I can say. Need a lot, a lot of work and hope and yeah. And to be honest, this is why I'm for me, if you ask me personally, I can say I would love to go back to do what I dreamed to do in when everything because the relationship with the home started with me after revolution. I felt like I have home, and I lost it when I forced and I tried to convince myself I have no home. And I like the idea of convincing yourself you don't have home, you don't have a place to belong on. You should delete all the feeling and release, erase everything and start again. And even now with the kids, it's a really difficult process. Now for me, I'm looking one eye for the future of the kids, and if I take them now, what will the future for them will be? How they. From this, for me, this is how my body here, but my mind there. But this is but just to be honest, what we carry of our is just hope. Hope. Those people that control now is hope they will, what they say they will do. Hope, nothing. We don't have anything to trust. Yep. Sorry.
No, you keep saying sorry.
A lot of talk.
Mate, I could listen to you all day. I think we should just give Hasan a bit of a break and a huge round of applause. And if somebody wants to take Hasan down to Bloom Bar, maybe get a cup of tea, and we're going to sort this camera out and we'll come and find you. Thank you. I have very little Arabic, right? But I know one phrase, which is "Ana mabsuda wa shufta." And I'm sorry, it's Egyptian, it's not Syrian.
Thank you.
Thank you. We are very happy to see you here.
And really, it's my pleasure to be with all of you. Yeah, thank you so much.